Good evening, SCV, this is Satellite Media. Let us look at what is happening in Nigeria oil sector. We are doing a paper review. With me is the Punch newspaper. Let us look at what we have here. He's saying NNPC mom as dealers insist government still paying subsidy. Rest probe crude shortage. The second rider is saying Dangote eyes foreign market for refinery products. Federal government miscarry Dangote over disputes. Particularly this issue that has to do with NNPC and Dangote's dispute. That is what we are dwelling on majorly this morning. We are looking at what is coming from Dangote refinery, of course Dangote himself, crying over what he called perhaps people trying to sabotage his effort and all the money have invested in that facility. Let us look at it from the angle that it is understandable that NNPC have been managing Nigeria oil sector since we started the business of oil in this country. And we understand that from 2010 to 2023, the government through NNPC has since spent over 11 trillion in trying to bring about turnaround maintenance of our 4 refineries. And as we speak, it's not on record that any of the refineries is refining currently. And if you look at the amount that is needed to do modular refineries, a modular refinery that refines 100,000 barrels a day, that's 100,000 barrels a day capacity, will cost about $500 million US. And if you look at the amount federal NNPC have used to carry about turnaround maintenance of our refineries, that is 11 trillion naira. If you convert that to dollar with the current exchange rate, you'll be looking at about 6.9 billion US dollar. So if you were to use that amount to do modular refineries of 100,000 barrel capacity a day, that will be giving you about 13 different refineries at that level. But up to date, NNPC have not been able to make any of the refineries to work. And instead, what we are seeing is the regulator trying to tell Nigerians that Dangote product does not meet the standard. We understand that Dangote at the point cried out, where he said the international players in the market, in the industry, are trying to sabotage his effort. At the point, he cried out as well that oil majors in Nigeria are selling to his refinery with $6 over and above the market price. Now the question is, what are Nigerians doing with respect to this? I'm of the view that Nigerians should stand by Dangote, because we all agree that we needed to refine what we consume in Nigeria to solve our fuel scarcity in Nigeria. Particularly, I'm talking about PMS. And we all know that PMS has multiplier effect. Anything that happens to PMS, that is gasoline, it reflects in almost every other sector in Nigeria. And I equally take note of what came from the Emir of Kano. I'm talking about Emir Sanusi, who have learned his voice that instead of killing Dangote, why not make more Dangote? Because we understand that from the way Dangote is talking, it seems as if there are people, cartel, perhaps strong individuals, who are bent on sabotaging his effort. But I think this is where patriotism counts. I enjoy Nigerians, irrespective of where you hail from, irrespective of the tribe, whether you're an Igbo man, you're an Hausa man, you're a Yoruba man. I think this is where patriotism counts. We need to unite and queue behind Dangote. Because from what we are seeing, these cabals, these rich individuals who have been benefiting from oil business in Nigeria, they seem not to be willing to allow that refinery to work. We understand that Dangote refinery is a refinery of 650,000 barrel capacity, and if you look at what we consume a day, I think that refinery can comfortably take care of our local consumption. We are talking about our economy, that we don't have enough forests, that we needed to export more to earn more forests. Here you have a refinery that needed to source crude locally, so that you don't put more pressure on the available efforts in Nigeria. But every attempt for Dangote refinery to source for crude in Nigeria has since been frustrated. That was explain the reason he have decided to go to United States of America to import crude, and as at the last count, he's making an effort to go to other parts of the world to import crude. And the implication is simple. By the time Dangote is importing crude from other parts of the world, definitely he's putting pressure on the available efforts in Nigeria, sourcing dollar in Nigeria to import crude. And by implication, after sourcing for dollar in Nigeria to buy crude with the current exchange rate, you don't expect him to cry the price of PMS. Because definitely he's a businessman, he must make gain because he must make gain on his investment. So for me, whatever NNPC is giving, we are not giving Dangote crude. I think the government should look inward and look how to resolve it. Because even if you say you have entered into contractual agreement with your international trade partners, at what point do we now say we want to protect indigenous refinery? Because for me, that refinery is supposed to be a game changer. No matter how you look at it, it has been established that that refinery is the biggest single refinery in the world. And from what we are seeing, if Dangote is discouraged from the way it's going, Dangote may not be willing and interested to invest more in other areas in the economy, because he has even made it clear that the issue of investing in our steel, that since they accuse him of monopoly, that he's not likely going to look in that direction. And come to think of it, NNPC have been the sole importer of crude in Nigeria since they frustrated the better marketers out of the sector. And ever since, nobody have accused NNPC of monopolizing the market. NNPC currently have 4 refineries. They are spending millions of naira, billions of naira as going concern. And as we speak, they have not been able to make any refinery to start refining. Yet, you have the same NNPC, their subsidiaries, regulators calling Dangote that is monopolizing the industry or the market or Nigerian economy. For me, I think we should start seeing high tag as stand with Dangote. I think that's where I start as an individual. Thank you very much. This is Satellite Media and I'm Mr. Martin.